Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This one is going to be on Carmelo Hayes, him. So you guys have the trial version right now. I have the trial version. Um, let's take a look. He's a Focus Showboat, NXT, Modern Era, NXT Link, any color moves start with 1 more MP. Modern Era gems do 5% more damage in the stock him gear. He's another dual MP trainer. These guys are OPAF. Purple and black both start with 4 more MP. Man, do I want these. So aside from that, we've had a run of incredible showboats, and Mello continues that. My BlueStacks is being kind of laggy today, so it might take a second. We're going to start. I don't know if I'm going to put any plates on for this preview. We'll see. But it's a 30% gem damage strap, and Fury 2's not maxed, and a 150% red move damage medal. Want to keep that in mind. There's a build set that definitely will take advantage of that. We're going to start off with triple green. Mellow don't miss. They're all 7 MP. 223k damage plus 89k bonus damage for every heal gem. Then deal 107k damage and make 40 heal gems into green. That recycles it. Heal gems make it so they don't do any damage though. So it's not going to do any damage for that part. It's going to be a bunch of green gems that deal no damage. Tilt-a-whirl takedown. Deal 178k damage and decrease all your countdown gem timers by 1. And then pump kick. Deal 138k damage, make 22 random gems into 1 turn countdown gems that will deal 134k damage each. It's going to do over 2 million damage itself. And then make 2 random gems into heal gems of strength 1,000 or 178,666. So he's going to make a bunch of heal gems. So entourage for this one is Steel for 4 green MP, Santa Hogan, so it's ready turn 1 in feud. And then Rhonda for heal gem damage of 150%. And 123 Kid for heal gems 15%. If you have Motu Becky, she adds an additional 10% for 25% heal gem damage. She would be better for this. And then Rhonda really is what makes this build go. Anyway, we're gonna go against Gargano here, and let's take a look. He does a lot of damage, but it's a very small pin, so you're committing to a full drain. This might be one you would consider with a Judgment Day plate if that's how you wanted to play him, right? Unless you could just one-shot them to start off with. It does deal a lot of damage. Gargano's got 12.8 million health to start, and we're going to come close to a full drain. We may even do a full drain, I can't remember. So this is going to do about 2 million in change right here when the countdowns go off. So now he's down to 9.5 million, and then this move is going to do 236,000 damage for every healed gem on the board, and there's 44 of them. It's going to be really close to 9.5 million here. Yep, that did it all. That's about the cap for this, though, because this does no damage. You're going to see, like, you're not going to see the pin's tiny. If we go against someone with more hit points, the pin is only 100k because they're heal gems. That's the downside. It's very, very strong, and that's why I would suggest Judgment Day plate, because it's going to be 2 cycles against higher hit point people, or just use them on lower hit point people. And you can see BlueStacks is lagging, so you're missing out on some of the animations. Apologies. At least I assume it's BlueStacks. Nothing I can do. Let me see. There's Showboat. I want to go get some with a little more health, just so you guys can see. It also heals him huge, too. Strowman won't have more. Maybe Big E will have more. Actually, these guys aren't strapped. Let's go Hell Mode. So I do want to show you guys the pin is small, if you didn't notice. Small. And his moves, I have 5 build sets for you guys. They're all super fast. He's super good, so it's not going to take long. You could, of course, use Sheik Plate. The move damage isn't high enough that it's worth it, in my opinion. You could use a Z Plate, but the pin is small anyway. So 14.7 mil health for Big ol' Z. If we don't crit, I'm going to crank this to 2. we don't crit, I don't think we'll wipe his health out. There's a crit, but not on the healed gem move. So he's got 11.5 mil health still. See, almost takes him down to 900k. And here's going to be the baby pin. We got a cascade, so 380k pin. He couldn't kick out. That shows you guys what I was talking about there. Okay, next overpowered build is going to be triple yellow. His finisher is the single leg Boston Crab. I don't have any sub people equipped, so I can read that off. It's 9 MP, generate 44 random sub gems, do 318k damage for 3 turns, remaining turn into reinforce. Cutter, it's that is 7 MP stun, deal 130k damage and force your opponent to skip their turn for 2 turns. And then the Fedora Frog Splash, it's a Juggernaut move. 5 MP, 85k damage, choose 2 gems to make into 2 turn Juggy gems that will increase your yellow gem damage by 55%, and then make 23 reinforced gems into yellow at the end. The triple yellow. Okay, this is going really slow. My apologies. So Mello is continuing this rush we've had of ridiculously good showboats. They're insane. Like, if you have multiple, then you have first world problems. You have to try and figure out which one you want to use. But so we're going to start everything loaded on turn 1 with this build set that we're running here. So we got Showboat Cena for 2 yellow MP and yellow gem damage. We got Kofi for 4 yellow MP. We got Taker for flat, and then Santa for that 9th MP when feud perks are maxed. Let's go back. I don't know why I had him for a reason. Can't think of what that is right now, but Mello is definitely money. Okay, game. Come on. There we go. I wonder if it's just Mello that's doing this. Sometimes they're like that. So put your Juggy Gems out. And the reason the sub is there is it makes it so they're not going to pin you. Of course, anytime you have Juggernaut gems in play, like Countdown gems, if you get pinned, bad, right? Then you do 0 damage, you don't recycle. So that's the benefit to having the stun in play here. Of course, Rhonda's Jacket with this build set would up your yellow gem damage by 100%. He took out a lot of, what do you call those, reinforced gems. The other benefit to the stun is he doesn't get a chance to break any more. And now we are going to recycle the set when the reinforces turn yellow. I only did 4.5 million because he took out a bunch of our gems, and then it's back to recycling. See if we keep more. You have to be careful if you have a bunch of reinforce on the board, or just a few, because you don't want to overwrite your Juggernaut gems. We'll see if we get a much harder hit here. Back to 2 times speed since you guys have seen. Oh, let's try and keep these reinforced. So here we go. This should hit much harder. It's got 5.8 million health left. We have a lot more reinforce on the board. The significant harder hit. Yeah, 7.4 million. So if you have a decent amount of reinforce, it hits really hard. Obviously, it'll be a crazy boss battle build for yellow gem damage. Okay. So, what if you want to gamble on not getting pinned? And you say, I want to stack the Juggernaut Gem damage, Mherex. I say to you, if you want to gamble, sir, you gamble. And that's why we're going to run this build. The reason Cena stays on with Santa is so that the Fedora Frog Splash would still be loaded in feud, so you can actually use it twice when we put in the Pele kick and drop the stun. I don't think you guys have seen the Pele kick yet. The 2 reds is what we haven't seen yet, so this is one of the 2. 2 MP, red move. 2 MP. Deal 80k damage and increase your yellow MP by 8. A 2 MP move that increases your yellow MP by 8. That's wild. So no MP trainer needed there. And we're going to keep the same build set, except we're putting Goldberg in for another 12k flat yellow here. That's a lot of yellow. And providing you don't get pinned, this hits very, very hard. Plays exactly the same as the other one, minus the stun. But do keep in mind, if you get pinned, you know, so it's less safe than the previous build set, but it hits harder. For sure. And yes, this is how you want to get these jugs out. There's a 5 match, which is going to take away some of our reinforce. I will get rid of that in 1 second. So normally you'd want to hit the sub, right, if they're loaded. He's not going to be loaded, and I really don't want to lose a bunch of reinforce, so let's just gamble here. And of course it's me, so I'll cascade all the way. Not the end of the world, because one way or the other he was going to get a turn, because we're not using the stun. And I am not going to put more Juggernaut gems out here with this move, because if I do, I will overwrite these and it will not be fun. And we want it to be fun. You can see I only have 1 space left. I could have put 1 out, but, you know, this will hit crazy hard. Assuming we don't get pinned, which we almost did. That one hits for 10 million. That's without a Ronda's jacket. Okay, so he does have that beefy sub. He does have that cheap Pele kick. So how about a super sub build? Because I know people want to know about that. We're going to bring in the last red move. And this moveset and the next moveset, the trainers and the moves are interchangeable. You can decide how you want to run it based on the trainers available, based on your playstyle preferences, etc. But we're just going to interchange the sub and the stun for these next 2 movesets. And then the trainers you could use any combination of. There's going to be a few rare ones on these, but, you know, it makes it run a little bit better. So that's why we're going to do it. And like I said, you can mix and match the trainers you have available. So the move you haven't seen yet is the double knee face breaker, 4 MP red. Deal 1.79 million damage and increase your red MP by 3. So that means it'll fill itself not on the same turn, but the next turn. It also fills this Pele kick every turn. So yeah. This is the one I don't have the loadout saved for, because you can only have 4. Okay. That double knee face breaker. I mean, he's got some really power crept moves. He's really good, but showboats lately, guys, have just been ridiculous. I definitely want Balor for the 2 red MP. Balor is what makes really this double knee face breaker move work with the 2 red MP. He's the key there to that move. Because that gets you loaded in feud without extra stuff. Of course, Logan, 50% sub, 1 more turn. And then Drew, yellow sub, 1 more turn. So that's going to give us a almost a 5 million damage sub right here, and a 3.5 million damage hit before metals, right? And since the base move on this is 1.79 million, every 100% move damage is another 1.79 million on top of this. So 2 sets of takedown 2, because I'm using Fury 2s, would be 80%. Maxing your metal out to 15 would be another 50%. So that's 130%, and then any kind of move damage strap would be on top of this. So you're talking you could easily add 2 to 2.5 million more damage to this move than you're going to see right here. So 2 to 2.5 million more would be almost 9 million. You could easily get this over 9 million with this same build set. So hit the Pele kick, no reason not to. Get the extra damage in. It's not huge, but it's a little bit. And do your 6.34 million. That's half of Gargano's life. Again, no reason not to hit the Pele kick, because this move will be full next turn. 5.9 million, and this sub is going to be really close to taking him out. It won't quite do it, but almost will. And that'll do it, folks. Good night. Boom. So it's 6 clicks, but it's basically unlosable. Unlosable, is that a word? Good luck. Okay. So same principle, but instead of the sub, we're going to use the stun. And you could use the sub with this exact same build set and trainers. Just depends on your preference. Like I said, they're interchangeable. And then using takedown 2s and stuff. And then if you have a move damage strap, you can easily get a bunch more damage out of this one. I think the stun or the sub set that you're going to see here is probably what I would end up running on him personally. Because I have some gem damage showboats already. Kind of fun to have move damage in the wheelhouse since I don't have a lot of move damage guys. I don't think I'll end up being able to get them because boss battle guys are hard, but it would be awesome. If you don't have Gooker, you can use Snoop, vice versa. If you were missing Snoop or Gooker or Dawkins, you could put the sub-trainers in. If you didn't have Logan, you could put Shelton in. Just a ton of options. Batista here. If you didn't have Balor and you still wanted to run a version of this, you could use Batista and 17K Santa if you had him. You could use a red MP trainer here as well and Sting or Butch instead. So just a ton of options. And like I said, you could use the same moveset and have the sub in here. This is just to show another option with the stun. For those of you that like stunning, boy, Melo is the stun master. Yeah. And again, we don't have takedown or max move damage metal, so this could easily go over 11 million per click with this. And I should have hit the yellow move, this move first. It doesn't really matter. I would just have 4 turns on the stun instead of 2. But in the interest of saving time, I didn't bother. Because it's just stun, swipe, refill your moves, so he's done. We still have 1 turn left on the sub. Don't even need to hit it, because we have a match here that'll do it, but why not? And you just keep going like that, right? Like, like I said, it's a gameplay style preference, speed for some people. Melo's ridiculous. Pick your poison, right? It all works. Everything works. It's really whatever you want to do. And another really, really good showboat. He's got some green, although he's not going to do damage with green. If there's ever heal gem damage boss, he'll be amazing for heal gem damage. If there's yellow, he'll be pretty good for yellow. There's a lot of good yellow options, but he'll be pretty good depending on the speed. Green, he won't be good for, because keep in mind those heal gems make you do no damage. And I think I was able to show that. But fairly versatile kit. The trainer is really insane. I want him for the trainer. Yes, he's a good fighter, but I want him for the trainer. As for where he fits in with Showboats, Showboat continues to, I mean, it's got to be the best class in the game, top to bottom. It's crazy. And he's another good one. I will try and say where I would say he fits in. It's really tight on a lot of these guys. Like, you're really splitting hairs depending on what your playstyle preference is, the trainers you have, the straps you have, which one you might like more, how much you care about speed, etc. Personally, I think Regal with a Piper plate is better. You can go Apollo Drip, and I think he's better. Boy, Sheamus is pretty crazy. If you want to go Judgment Day, Z-Plate, that sort of thing. You could argue Sheamus and Melo are very similar, that they both can go the Judgment Day plate. It's probably a 2-cycle win for Melo, maybe one for Sheamus most of the time. Taker is better for sure. Taker's ridiculous. LA Knight, if you got Braun, and you have a good gem damage strap, I can tell you right now, the Braun totally revitalized this moveset. Being able to have this loaded turn 1 moved LA Knight up a notch for me. But boy, Melo's stun into the sub is just ridiculously good. Of course, there's Nakamura. Balor is really underrated. But Hall of Fame HBK, if he's got his gears, is really good with the right plates. I mean, geez Louise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're up to 8, 9, almost 10 really top-notch showboats. We're at like 9. Depending, like I said, playstyle preference. I think Melo's a top 5 in there. Top 3 for me are probably Regal, Taker, Apollo, depending on if you have the stuff for them, right? But Sheamus is right there. Like I said, LA Knight now with Braun is up there. Boy, it's tough. Like, but he fits in there, right? Like, whoever you want to use. To be honest, if I got him as good as he is, I would set him up with one of these for the training ability. As much as that would hurt, that's what I would use. Tempting would be that's a 40% move damage strap. What's this one? I don't know why. 40% on that one. So that would be kind of tempting, but at the end of the day, I would probably affiliate him. And I think that would be the way I would go, just to have the access to that dual training ability, black, purple, etc. But move damage would be really tempting for me with either the stun or sub move damage set. Anyway, I think he's great. No one's going to be disappointed if they get him. The training ability alone is insane, and as a fighter, he's just continues to be a ridiculous showboat. Yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Pick a moveset you should destroy for the trial. If you're not using a strap, honestly, the green moveset, triple green, you don't need anything. Like, the strap doesn't even help this, so just go ahead and use triple green. You'll walk through it, but honestly, you'll walk through it with anything. You'll walk through it with the sub too, so whatever. Remember to like, subscribe, and share, because that really helps me out. Other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and good luck out there. Holy cannoli, Batman. This Melo don't miss. That's a fact. Jeez, showboats are redonkulous.